Shalom, our very dear friends, and welcome to Parasha Tetzaveh. Have you ever been in a wedding, Jewish wedding? I know. Who hasn't, huh? Baruch Hashem. Have you seen that in every Jewish wedding they break a cup? Where did the breaking of the cup come from? You might think that it's because of this destruction of Beit HaMikdash, and we want to remember that. That's what everybody would tell you, and that is true. However, there's a midrash saying that before the temple was destroyed, still they were breaking the cups under the chuppah. So it must be something much deeper than just remembering the destruction of a Beit HaMikdash. And what is it? So for that, let's go to this week Parasha Tetzaveh. It is the only parasha at the beginning of the book of Shemot till the end of Torah, four books that every parasha has the name of Moshe in it, except one parasha, and that is this week Tetzaveh. Why the name of Moshe does not appear in this parasha? And you know, when the Jews worshipped the golden calf, and Hashem wanted to destroy the Jewish people, what happened? What did Moshe do? So for that, let's take a look at the life of Moshe. 40 years of his life, he's in a palace of Paro, that he's thinking about his identity as a Jew or Hebrew. Who is he? And then the next 40 years, he searches to find Hashem. And after 40 years that he finds Hashem, then for 1 year he works so hard to bring the Jews out of Egypt. And then he's 81 years old. His life has all have come together. Hashem has written the 10 Commandments in a way that the words are hanging in the air. With the fingers of Hashem, a miraculous piece of physical things is created that is completely spiritual. From every direction you look at the 10 Commandments, you read the same thing. Imagine that thing, the 10 Commandments, was here today. It would be absolutely priceless piece. And Moshe has worked 81 years to achieve this, bringing the world of spirituality to physicality, and then it is that piece of a stone, 2 of them, which is the 10 Commandments. And then you come down and you see that your nation are committing the biggest sin of worshipping the golden calf, right? In front of the Har Sinai. So Hashem is about to destroy the Jews because they have a contract that they shouldn't do that. It's a second law in the 10 Commandments. And Moshe has a choice. He has a choice to hang on to 81 years of his life, to the beautiful, unbelievable tablets that has never been anything like that in the history of mankind, nor there will ever be anything like that. He can hold on to his dream, what he wanted to have, or he can break it. And by breaking the tablets, now there's no more contract between the Jews and Hashem. As far as any contractual, because they don't worship golden calf. Is not part of it anymore. And then he breaks it. And he breaks that because he wants to stand with Bnei Israel as a great leader. Imagine and compare this to other leaders in the world that everything is about them, and Moshe is everything about his nation. And then he breaks it and comes with them. And then he says to God, if you destroy the Jewish people and if you don't forgive them, erase my name from your book. Inasmuch as Hashem forgives the Bnei Israel. And as much as the Jews are not being destroyed, but because the word of a great righteous person is always come to fruition, still in this week Parasha, his name is not there. And then for every marriage, we know Moshe is there to say, you know what, for 81 years, I had a vision. I wanted this, everything to be the way I wanted. And then I broke it. Because when I wanted to come and be with the Bnei Israel, I had to give up my own form and shape that I intended my life to be. And I'm going to come to you with Bnei Israel, and I break all my past. And I want to be with you. This is why under every chuppah, we break the cup. Because they're both Chotan and Kala, they come in there. Both of them have a vision of their past and their future. And Torah comes in an amazing way to say, you want to have a great marriage? Break it. Break it all apart. And start over together. Because if two cups that they have shape and form, they come together, they will break. They cannot become one. But if it's broken, and then you leave your past and you come to build a new vision of life together, the two as one. This is everlasting. And this is what Moshe taught us. Time is short, so I'm going to just get to another very, very important message of this week Parasha. And it says, when you make the Menorah, which is the biggest symbol of Judaism, and then right after that it's the Star of David, it should be with a pure gold, one piece, and the oil that you put in there has to be pure, and it cannot have any impurity in it whatsoever. And it's light forever. What is he saying? What is Menorah, which is the most important sign of Judaism? Menorah is the face of every human being. Look at us. What does Menorah has? 3 branches on one side, 3 branches on the other side, and 1 branch at the middle. So 3, 3, and 1. And now look at the face of every human being. We have the ear, we have the eye, and we have the opening in the nose. That's 3. And then on the other side, we have the same thing. The ear, the eyes, and the hole in the nose. So we have 3 and 3, and then we have the mouth in between. The face of every human being is a walking menorah. And the question is, are we shining purity from our face? That's what Torah asks us, and that's what Hashem is asking. So what does it mean to have purity? When our ears is pure, we get to have a great communication. We hear exactly what has been said. Because I tell you, none of us have that great pure ear that we can exactly hear, because we hear based on our past experience, based on level of understanding. And then, the last thing that Moshe says before he passing away, it says, "Oh heavens, give me your ear." He has become that thing that he's looking for, heavenly ears that you completely hear everything which is said, not your own impressions. And then imagine how our life would be with our spouse, in our company, in everything that we do, if we completely hear everything which is said. And then our eyes are also tinted. In Torah talks about 3 different kinds of eyes. Abraham, which is Ain Tov, the good eyes. Bil'am is Ain Hara, bad eye. And then the student of Akiba, which they have tight eyes. If you are students of Abraham, you see good in people. You see good in everything, and you uplift good, and you really see the essence of everything that Hashem has created is all for good and for everyone that you see, and you lift everyone, uplift everyone. And if you're Bilam, on the other side, you only see the negativity, like a fly that comes in a clean room and only see one spot which is not clean and goes sits over there. And then the student of Rabbi Akiva, 24,000 of them, that they were great tzaddikim, but what was the problem? They had narrow eye. They had so much wisdom, but they had a jealousy and they could not see greatness of each other, and they were vanished. So that's a pure eyes and our nose. There's so much great smell around us today. It's raining in LA. Just go take a deep breath, smell the flowers and the fruits and the food and everything around us. Hashem has created everything with great smell. Enjoy it. And our mouth, we are two different entities together. In one hand, we are totally spiritual. We are created in the image of Hashem, but then we have physical. And so when we want to put our spirituality with our neshama, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotion together with our body, then it's only our mouth which expresses that. And what if you and I and everyone has a pure mouth that only speaks of good and only speaks of greatness and spirituality? Shabbat Shalom.